This is the Jiggy Show. Welcome back. I'm sorry. That was kind of like pretty low energy. This is the Jiggy Show. I am your host, Bob Smooth. I'm trying to open this right now. It's kind of hot.
I got you.
No. If I give you this, they're gonna think. I don't know what they're gonna think of me, but what? I gotta open.
Women empowerment.
Right. That is. All right. Hold on. Let me give this back to you. Here you go.
It was me the whole time. There you go. So easy.
The Jiggy Show, where jiggy people do jiggy things.
This is the Jiggy Show. Welcome back. I am your host, Bob Smooth. This is episode 14, I think. I always get the number wrong, but it's okay. And yeah, we're back. We have a very interesting person. Today, we're gonna show like a lot of acknowledgement and appreciation for this person, because she's doing bigger things than many of us, and she's gonna tell us all about it. And I'm gonna let her introduce herself, because she told me her name like 20 times, and
it's okay.
I'm horrible with names, and I like forgot it already.
No,
and I'm gonna let her introduce herself, and we're gonna get straight to this episode. This is not about food. I know the setting is kind of different. It's kind of nice. It's kind of dope.
Wait, it's not about food?
We can talk. Oh, she's out.
I'm just kidding.
She's not a chef. But yeah, go ahead, please.
Hi everyone. My name is Brianda. I'm the founder of Quirktastic. Yeah, Brianda Law, founder of Quirktastic. And Quirktastic is a friendship app and media company for geeks, gamers, and nerds. We focus a lot on people of color and women.
Dope. Okay, so like get straight to it. Quirktastic. It is about nerds. She's a fellow nerd. Yes. In high school, me and my boys, KO and Nay, they gave me this name because I had glasses.
Yeah.
They gave me this name, Nerdy K, because my first name is Kenny. Nerdy K. My first name is Kenny, not Bob Smooth, for those that don't know. But yeah, but I was not a geek at all by any means. But you are a geek. And we're going to talk about Quirktastic.
Yeah, I'm the resident geek.
She's definitely a geek. And for those that don't know, like she said, Quirktastic is
a friendship app and media company for anyone who's into anime, cosplay, gaming. We're pretty much your community. We have an app in iOS as well as Android. And we have a site that does lots of cool content, whether it's written, podcasts, as well as video content.
Alright, you made that sound. Oh yeah, the podcast, yeah, it's Jiggy Show. I'm probably gonna be on that website by the end of this week. You know,
yeah.
I'm gonna talk to her, and hopefully she feels like I'm worthy. But anyways, so tell us a little bit more about Quirktastic. How did this idea come about? How did it happen? And like, how did you transition an idea into a business?
Yeah, so it's funny. I feel like it's kind of like 26 years in the making. I've always been the nerdy black girl. I grew up really liking anime, and I remember being in school.
Okay, hold on. Before you continue, what was your favorite anime?
Growing up? Okay, so I really like Naruto. I really love shonen. Shonen's a good one. So I love all the shonen. And I was pretty tomboyish. So I know a lot of girls like Sailor Moon growing up. It wasn't my thing. I like it now, like when I'm older. It's like, okay, I can appreciate it. But Naruto was definitely, and then like DBZ, of course, like you always,
of course,
absolutely,
DBZ,
like, yeah, I was like Toonami, like I lived on Toonami,
yeah.
So all the stuff there, that was definitely me.
Dope. All right, continue. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
Oh yeah, no.
Continue.
Yeah, so as I kind of like what I was talking about, I'd be watching Naruto or I'd be watching DBZ and be like, dang, I really want to talk about what happened last night, and then I go to school. And nobody was into it. And I couldn't really ask if anybody was into it because I went to a school where everyone liked hip hop. Yeah. And everyone was like into pop culture. Yeah. So
they'd be like, you the weird black girl, get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I listened
with glasses and everything.
I actually did. I had glasses and braces and acne.
Wow.
It was horrible.
OD nerd.
Super nerd. And I like science. Yeah, I was not set up for success. But yeah, so as an adult, I remember wanting to go to a Comic-Con one year. And there are Comic-Cons, I think a lot of people know San Diego Comic-Con, but there are Comic-Cons that happen every month. Like almost every weekend there's a Comic-Con that happens.
Really? Is it that big every
Yeah, a lot of them are pretty big. Like San Diego Comic Con's, of course, the biggest one. But you still have cons that are smaller that still pull out about 20,000 people.
Word.
Yeah, so I wanted to go to a Comic Con in North Carolina. And I remember thinking like, wow, I don't know who to ask. I have no friends who are into the same stuff. And this was like me as an adult. so it's like, okay, something's got to change. But going back to how I started Quirktastic, it started off as a blog.
Okay.
So I was doing science. I worked in cytogenetics for a while.
Super nerd.
Yeah, super nerd. I'd be in the lab. Yeah, I'd be in the lab for 13 hours.
Did you have a lab coat?
Yeah, I had the lab coat, and I'd be at the microscope. There was one point where like I was at the microscope so long that I started putting rings around my eyes.
Word.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Saving the world, though. Yeah.
I mean, But so with that, I kind of decided that I need a creative outlet. I was applying to medical school at the time, and I needed something to distract me. So I knew that I always liked writing. So I started it off as a blog, and I remember doing a post where I covered a whole bunch of cosplayers of color. And that post went viral. Like, so many people were like, oh my goodness, I didn't know that there were cosplayers of color out here. Like, all the lists only show white people or Asian people. So I was like, oh, people like,
wow, my skin color.
Yeah, I was like, people actually like this. And I was like, there's a community out here. Like, let me just keep creating content for this community.
Dope.
So it was very natural the way that it happened. And I just kind of found my following. This was back in 2017. And this was also around the time that I quit my job as a scientist, because it started picking up. Brands noticed, and they're like, oh, you have this really unique audience that we didn't know existed and that we're trying to capture. Like,
I still didn't know.
Yeah.
It still exists. That's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's huge. I know we ran the numbers, and it was like 48 million people that are into anime, gaming, and comics. That
and they're all black.
They're black or Hispanic.
Okay, minorities.
Yeah.
Shout out to the minorities.
Absolutely.
Word.
Yeah, so that's kind of the beginning. We started off as the media company, and then kind of talking to our audience, we figured out that they wanted more of a friendship app to meet other nerds in their community. So we started the friendship app actually earlier this year. And
what is the friendship app called?
It's just the Quirktastic.
It's Quirktastic.
Yeah, so you can
download it.
Yeah, iOS or Android, and we launched our first beta in March. And it was very fast. I think like within 2 weeks, we got 10,000 downloads for the app. Yeah, so we're like, okay, people want this.
Wow, look at you. You're so humble too. I like how you're just like shrugging this like it's okay, like it happens to all of us.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I'm just like, it's not where it needs to be.
Okay, word.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, but I still kind of feel like we're at the beginning of our journey, but we've had some really cool things happen. So
dope.
Yeah, it's been
dope.
cool.
All right, so like so now Quirktastic is a business and it's a company, and like essentially what do you guys do besides connecting people together?
Yeah.
And like I know you just came back from North Carolina.
Yeah.
So how was that?
It was great. So we did our own con. It was very small, but it was
dope.
It took so much effort.
Are we all dressing up in this? Are we dressing up?
Yeah, for the QuirkCon, it was a convention that happened at the Durham Convention Center, and for our first year, we had about 600 people come out. A lot of them dressed in cosplay. We had a cosplayer awards. That was pretty cool. Lots of fun events. I think the most lit event was anime and trap music. We had yeah. So that's another thing.
So listening to Uzi while dressed up as word.
Absolutely.
I can definitely get jiggy with that.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Definitely get jiggy with that.
Oh, I like how you did that. I like how you did that.
Word.
But no, yeah, and that's the thing. I wanted people to realize that you can like both. You can be a nerd and like anime and like your shonen and like My Hero Academia, but you can also like fuck up some commas, like, and that's fine.
Wow.
What a bar! What a bar!
Let's go. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Word. Bring the two worlds together.
Yeah,
hey man,
exactly.
if you're at home and you feel left out because you listen to trap and you like anime, download the app.
Yeah.
Get connected. Anyways.
You'll definitely find your tribe for sure.
Yeah, word. So how was this experience? How was hosting? Like, how is that like?
You want the honest truth?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Please give me the. Don't never lie on the Jiggy Show.
Stressed.
Yeah.
I was so stressed. I just don't think I realized how much work went into planning such a big event. Working with the convention center, you have so many rules. Like, we had to abide by not just like the event center's rules, but like North Carolina's rules. And then also, it just took about a year to plan.
Wow.
And I think I saw it as such a big stake in our reputation. So I just put so much pressure on myself. It's like, this has to go well, or I'll be letting the community down.
Yeah.
But it went really well. It was a 3-day event.
Dope.
Yeah, and just all the feedback that we've gotten has been so positive. So I've been really happy with that. But we're gonna do so much better next year. Like, this year was 600. The goal for next year is 2,000.
Let's go.
Yeah,
I think I'm coming.
Yeah, I would love for you to come.
I think I'm coming.
Yeah, that would be great.
I think I'm gonna be the Black Goku when I come too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You'll just be Goku because everyone else will be black.
Facts. And speaking of like color, not to make this about like race and all, but like, do you guys is it only like a minority thing, or anybody's welcome?
Yeah, everybody's welcome. Even when you go on the app, you'll see people of all colors, but we make it very clear in our marketing as well as our mission statement that like, we put people of color first, as well as women. I think if you go to other places that focus on fandom and nerdiness, it's obviously made with like a certain demographic of white and Asian male. Yeah, you know, like all of them are like middle, like what is it? White men between the ages of like 13 and 21. That's who they're targeting. And I wanted people to know it's like, it's okay if you don't look like that and like this stuff. It's fine.
Dope. Look at you making everybody comfortable. That's dope. That's dope. Sorry. Okay. On the business aspect of this, so like everybody's watching this, it's like, all this sounds good and all this stuff, but like, how are you really doing this? Like, where's the funding coming from? Like, how did you get to this point? Like, walk us through this a little bit.
Yeah, I actually like doing this just because I don't think companies talk enough about the business side. Yeah. So we are a business. We are, for anyone thinking of like business structure, we're a C Corp. So we start off.
What is a C Corp for those that don't know?
Yeah, so we start off as an LLC, which is what a lot of companies do. I was the only owner of the LLC, but I decided to take investment. So whenever you take investment, for the most part, you have to convert your company to a C Corp, and that allows you to have other investors that take a stake in your company. Yeah, so that's where we're at now. And the funding, we start off just trying to make revenue. We start off super scrappy of just like, all right, we have this outlet. We want to serve these people, but we need funding. So how are we going to do this?
Exactly.
So we have the Quirk Shop. So we started off selling T-shirts. We also saw that we had a really big audience that different brands wanted to reach. So we're like, okay, let's sell some advertising. So we do sponsored posts, sponsored Instagram, all of that. And that worked out for a while, but there's a cap. And I saw that there's a cap. And that's kind of why we were like, okay, what's next? So we started doing events. And the events definitely help. But the friendship app is where we're going to make most of our money because we're able to charge the event organizers a fee. Kind of like Eventbrite. We charge like a transaction fee through the friendship app. So, but we've also gotten investment. One of our biggest and latest investors is Snapchat, which I'm super excited about.
Shout out to Snapchat.
Yeah, great.
So how did that happen? Just found you through like?
No. So there are accelerators that people can apply for. They're called accelerators, and what an accelerator is that you get funding, as well as there's a certain amount of time to where you do one-on-ones with whatever company is hosting the accelerator. So when we go to Snapchat, we'll be working out of the Snapchat office, as well as doing like different mentor hours with them. And in exchange, they're trying to see our company grow because now they have a stake in it. So they've given us funding for that, and they're trying to make sure that we succeed.
Look at you. And I'm applauding now, but like, this is like just the slight accomplishment that you have already accomplished.
Yeah, I feel like it's still the beginning. I'm really excited.
Yeah, and you also been featured in like a few magazines, a few big magazines, a few big outlets. So let's talk about that. Like, how was that?
Yeah, oh God, I get to brag about myself.
Hey, talk about you. Hey, you deserve it. Let the people know.
Yeah, I think so. The first big accomplishment for myself, I'd always wanted to be featured in Forbes, and even before I had the company, I was like, wow, people who are like in Forbes, like they're doing great things with their lives. Like, it would be cool to be featured in Forbes. and I got reached out to by an editor, and
Look
she
at
saw
that.
what I was doing.
Look
and
at that, people.
Yeah, so
This could be you.
yeah, and it was great. And I think from once you get like one really good article, you can kind of pitch yourself for other things.
Dope.
So I was able to pitch myself for a few other outlets, but Essence came to me. I was so shocked. I was so shocked, and they named me as.
I didn't even know all that. I just knew about Forbes. I was just
Yeah.
clapping for Essence too.
Yeah, no, I think Essence, I definitely cried with Essence just because I remember reading it as a child. My mom was one of the black mamas who had the subscriptions that would come in the mail. So I'd like go and like read it, even though it was too grown for me. But whenever they reached out and they named me as one of 15 women that were disrupting the tech industry.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, you sure?
How'd your mom feel about that when she saw it?
Oh.
Tears.
Oh yeah.
Tears.
Yeah, my mom bought like all the copies. She bought all the copies at
Framed
Walgreens. Yeah, it's framed. I went to her house the other day and like she just had a stack of keeping these
Go, as
forever.
you should.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It was so great.
That's dope. That's dope. And a little background about yourself, though. And Cortastic seems to be doing great. And like I said, hopefully she puts me on the website. But anyways,
Yeah, let's talk.
but like a little bit about yourself. Are you from Virginia? No, you're not. You're from North Carolina.
Yeah, so I'm from Rochester, New York, but I pretty much grew.
completely wrong. My
No,
bad.
I pretty much grew up in North Carolina.
Okay.
I went to like high school there, and I went to UNC Charlotte.
Okay.
So I call North Carolina home. But I've been
Nice.
traveling all over thanks to Quirktastic and the different opportunities we've been able to get.
So how long you been in the DMV though?
I'm visiting.
Oh yeah, she's not even from here. Word.
No, though my right hand woman Lauren, who I believe was on your show before,
Yeah, Lauren. Shout out to
talking
Lauren.
about a very interesting subject.
Yeah, eating booty.
Well, yes, she is from the DMV.
Yeah.
So
Lauren, she's super cool, by the way. Shout out to Lauren.
yeah, Lauren's great. So I'm here visiting her as well as my friend Will. So yeah.
Shout out to Will. We all know. Everybody knows who Will is.
Yeah, absolutely. But we have a really big base in the DMV, so I do come here often. There's also BlurredCon that happens in the DMV area, which is like kind of like our sister con. They are also for people of color, mostly black people. So yeah, I spend a lot of time in the DMV.
Dope. Okay, so so you said your goal is to aim higher and get bigger and bigger and bigger. Alright, so like, what is the steps that you're taking now to reach those goals, and what are those goals that you're trying to reach right now?
Yeah, right now I'm at a point to where I really want my staff to to reach their full potential. Because I've
Say
hired
it again, my staff.
Quirktastic staff. Quirktastic
Hey,
staff.
say it again.
Yeah.
They're your employees. They
No,
work for you.
I mean, I don't even say it like
That's
that.
dope. That's dope. I want to say that one
Yeah.
day. My staff, my
Yeah.
like people that work. That's
Yeah.
dope. Alright, anyways, keep going.
But yeah, no, with Quirktastic staff, I've been able to hire such great people, and I know they have potential that they could be reaching a little bit higher to make the company grow bigger with their perspective tasks that they work on. So, for example, the media company, now that we're being able to work with Snapchat, I'm just really excited to see how they grow. You know, they're gonna get lots of mentorship one-on-one, and I think they'll learn the knowledge that they need to in order to take that to the next level, whether it's better content, better video, higher production stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. And then growing by numbers. We just started the app. We have a lot more features that we want to add to it. So I think once we're able to do that, like just so many other ideas will come. Because we get all of our inspiration comes from the community. They kind of tell us what they want, and we're like, all right, we'll consider it, and then we start building from there.
That's dope. That's dope. Speaking of your employees, how many employees do you currently have? This is just for my knowledge.
Yeah, so we have 6 that are lead team, and then our lead team, they each have their team members. So, for example, Lauren's on lead team, and she works with Larissa, who is also on content, and they have a team of 5 associate editors that all do the work for the site, as well as a few contributing writers. And then we have Greg, who leads our tech team, and he runs a team in India. So we have about 7.
Are you overseas too?
Yeah.
Wow.
big stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're so humble. Why?
Oh god. I mean, I think it's kind of the work, like, and I don't know. It seems big now, but I think.
How was the grind though? Like, talk about the nights of you staying up all night.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's not even just the nights. It's also like a lot of doubt that you have to push through. Like naturally, I'm a very timid person. And
you're a Cancer.
Yeah, I'm a Cancer, but also I was
too.
very shy, very introverted, not really great with public speaking. And there were a set of skills that I knew that I needed to have that I didn't have at the moment. So it was kind of like, all right, you want this? Like, you have to work for it. It's like you have to push yourself past where you think you're comfortable. So I was like, okay, in order to get this, you have to get on the phone with this person and you have to convince them to invest in Quirktastic, or you have to convince them to get this sponsorship. Like, how are you going to do it?
Exactly. I was going to ask you, how did you do that? Did you have to like train? How did you, how were you able to convince these people? Like, where did you get the knowledge from? Like, who did you talk to? How talk to me about those steps that you took.
So we're in a really cool space in history to where you have a lot of Black women who are also starting companies.
Dope.
And it takes you reaching out to them and humbling yourself. I had to learn to ask for help. It's like I don't know the answers. Like, and there's like nothing within my ethos to where I would know the answer. So
that's my problem. It's kind of hard for me to like ask for help.
Yeah, no, and I mean, like, I'm the oldest child. Like, it doesn't come naturally to me, but it's like it's not about me anymore. Like, now that I have a team, like I have to humble myself and ask for help. So I ask people, it's like, hey, you did this cool thing. I'm trying to do something somewhat similar. And like being very specific when you ask for help. Like, don't ever ask someone for like, oh, can I come pick your brain over coffee? It's just like, what? No. like you need to ask them very specifically, this is what I'm trying to achieve. I saw that you did this. Like, I need this specific advice. And then usually people are very open to like, yeah, this is how I did it.
Did you ever get turned down though?
No, I haven't.
Wow.
When I ask like that, no. Yeah. But when I've asked people before, like, oh, can we go out for lunch or dinner or whatever, like to talk, I just want to like ask a few questions, then they're like, I ain't got time for that. They just won't respond back.
Right.
But whenever I've gotten, it's people like high up people to where you would think like, oh, I would never. For example, Joel Spolksy, who is the founder of Trello as well as Stack Overflow.
Dope.
He's one of my mentors, and it's because I sent him an email and asked him, I like bullet pointed, it's like, I have 2 specific questions for you. I saw you talk at this lunch and learn. These are my 2 specific questions. And he jumped on a video call with me the next day, and he's been my mentor since then.
You trying to be my mentor?
We can talk.
I like that line. We can talk. Word. All right, so like throughout this journey, and it's been like since you said 2017, so 3 years now, and right?
Well, about two and a half.
2.5, not that long. It's kind of a big growth.
Wow, 2.5 years.
Yeah, it's kind of a huge growth in 2 years. Did you ever feel like you needed to give up? You were like, I'm done with this. Like, I'm not made for this. Let me go put on my lab coat and get back to the microscope and go back to my typical science life.
So it's funny. I actually, going back to the lab was kind of my motivator to keep going, because it's like, girl, you don't want to end up in that lab again. Like,
so you're done with science.
I mean, I'll probably do science in like a different way, but definitely not back to that lab.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but I think imposter syndrome is such a real thing, and there were definitely times, not that I wanted to give up, but then I was like, am I really the right person to do this? It's like, I'm not super extroverted, I don't dress super nerdy, like there are certain things where it's like, am I the person that's supposed to do it? And then it kind of takes you like reaching into yourself and like getting out of your own way. It's like, you're putting in the work now, like just see it through. And if you just keep seeing it through, like even past the point where you like, oh, like maybe I should give up, if you just keep seeing it through, then it kind of just all, like the universe aligns and it all works out. That's what I've seen, so.
That's dope. Okay. Alright. Also, like, you being Black and Black community.
I am Black.
Yes. And so am I. Great point. Yeah, but you being Black, and usually the Black community doesn't really, this is kind of different and strange to me. This new information. It's kind of crazy how they're so welcoming. But like the typical Black community is not really welcoming in nerdiness and like accepting of what you bring into the table. So like, did you ever get like
pushback?
Yeah. Did they ever?
I mean, Quirktastic has been came by Black Twitter. Like at first, Black Twitter definitely has come for us. And been
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. At
Really?
the beginning, I'm just like, what are you?
Why? What was Black Twitter talking about?
I mean,
Black Twitter is wild though.
Black Twitter
like,
is wild.
OD wild.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Black Twitter is.
they're on
crazy.
a nut. Y'all gotta chill. If you watch this, do not come for me because I will come right back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Black Twitter is crazy. Like, how was that?
Oh, I mean, it wasn't fun. It's like all like the loud people in the back of the classroom that are like, you ain't shit. Like, they just like all came to the front of just like, oh, what is this nerdy black shit? Like, but I think there is an issue between people that feel like they were hurt by black people and like picked on by black people that didn't like that they were into nerdy things, as well as black people that are like, you know what, we didn't really care, like you were just weird and like I didn't like you. So I think there are definitely some hurt feelings there, but us as a company, we're all about like just liking what you like. And if you were a person in the past that like picked on someone for not liking anime, but then you like saw the light and you're like, you know what, My Hero Academia, like I can rock with this, then come on, like we don't care. Like I think that's kind of the general opinion. It's just like, dude, like now you like the nerdy stuff, okay, come on, like let's all watch it together. We want more nerdy people. So that's where we're at. But even like getting got by Black Twitter, it's like, of course it like shakes your confidence a little bit, but it's like, oh, those people are my target audience anyways. Like it's fine. It's like
they're probably big nerds too. They probably at home watching the same things
they just feel like they just feel like talking.
Yeah. Word. So talking about all of this and like black people and Kurkan and anime and all this stuff, I don't know. I'm giving like a free idea out. Maybe you can give me credit later.
Okay.
And if this is as Kurkan ever thought about making their own black anime?
Oh, like making anime? I actually have thought about it, but so much goes into anime or like to animation. It's so expensive, but I definitely have. There are a few people that are making really cool comics that are black, like black focused. I know Tuskegee Airs as well as Adorned by Chi. They're doing really cool things, making creative characters. So I would love for Quirktastic to be a place that supports those. Though in the future, I mean, I have an idea for one. I would love to, especially like black people in Japan. Like I just feel like it'd be really cool to do like a cool anime and just vibe in. Great soundtrack.
Let me be a character in there.
Yeah.
Please.
I like it. What would it be called? What would your character? Would it just be you?
Yeah.
Would you have on this hat?
Probably not like a bandana.
I was gonna
probably
say maybe some cool hair. I can see that.
And not like a bandana, maybe.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like long earrings or something.
Okay, you fancy.
Yeah.
I like that.
I've thought about this.
Yes, I was gonna say, let's make this happen.
Word. Okay, Quirktastic. That's dope. So download the app.
Yes.
Dope. And so what else? Like, what's besides Snapchat? Now you're moving to LA.
Yeah.
It's a different scenery. Actually, is Quirktastic like the only minority anime
community?
Yeah, community?
No, we're definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a few other great ones. You have Nerds of Color, you have
I like that name.
Yeah, Nerds of Color, Geeks of Color, Black Girl Nerds, Black Nerd Problems. You have a few that they're actually like partners for us. So like
dope. Like so you all work together. So
we try to. I think there could easily.
It's not like beef.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't think so. Not from our standpoint. But yeah,
Are they making in Forbes too?
Are you starting something? That's not starting anything. No, I will say, like, I think it could be easy to be like, oh, we're gonna be like the community. Yeah. But that's not productive, you know? Like, we're all trying to accomplish the same thing. No,
you're super humble.
I think we just kind of go with, like, collaborative. It's like we're all trying to do the same thing. Like, let's see how we can support you and, like, how you can support us.
How far this can go.
Yeah, we can all succeed. Like, we all have, like, there are people that are going to latch on to a Black Nerd Problems that may not latch on to Quirktastic. And that's great. And we want to help support. If you have an event, let us help.
Dope.
So, you know? Yeah.
Dope. Oh, dope. Okay, so, like, anything else about Quirktastic that people may not know and you haven't mentioned yet?
I'm trying to think.
Some jam.
I'm trying to think. Well, okay, so I kind of mentioned anime and trap music. That is a traveling event. We don't just do that QuirkCon. We haven't had any planned recently because.
Have you done any in DC?
We did a brunch in DC, but we didn't do anime and trap music here. Though we're thinking about doing one in DC.
You should.
Yeah, we're doing New York next for sure, but we'll come to DC. Yeah.
When is the one in New York?
It's going to be, I think, 2 months from now. We don't have a date yet, but I will let you know.
Right. Okay, so like also like for those that are listening to this, you guys are probably hearing her out and talking and thinking that she's like probably like fairly old. Can you tell these people how old you are?
Oh, God.
Blow them away, please.
Oh, I'm 26. Hi. I'll be 27 though. I'll be 27 next month.
I'll be 27 this month,
Oh.
and I have nothing. I'm not in Forbes. Never been featured in Essence.
Okay, but can we have like a real moment?
Okay,
for anybody, let's have a real moment.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when the Forbes thing came out, I had just moved to San Francisco to be a part of an accelerator.
Okay.
And like, it was the brokest day of my life.
Word.
The brokest. I forgot how much I had in my bank account, but I was broke.
Yeah.
And I just remember like it was like a joke. I was like, is the universe like joking with me right now? Because I had like just moved and like the plane ticket was super expensive, and then like I had a local bank account that I had to like switch to like a new bank account. Like I remember.
Big risk.
Yeah, and I was just like, I remember that day, like trying to figure out like what can I eat for like $3.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Wow.
then I like took a nap and I woke up and like looked at my email. I was like, oh, your Forbes article. And I was like, you gotta be shitting me right now. I was like, absolutely not today.
That's more than food. You're a fool just off of that.
No, but I say that to say like. And I've talked to my friends who have also been featured in Forbes, and like we joke about it, like we're like, oh, the Forbes Club, because it just always happens where it's like our brokest day. Like I had a friend who like I think their car like got repoed or like something, and they're just like, and I got on Forbes. What the hell? Like how did this happen?
So
yeah, so it's just like. Don't always believe the hype.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, it's great to be in Forbes and they like recognize my accomplishments, but like Forbes didn't cut a check.
Facts.
Facts. It's just press.
Facts.
And yeah, so.
But press got you where you are now.
No, but the thing is, what you can do with that press is use it as a launching point. So what I did is I took that article and went to investors and was like, hey, I'm doing this cool thing. And then I like put the link to Forbes in that email, and I got an email back.
A little vouching.
Yeah, so it definitely helps. But I just like for those people in there who are like, oh, like I'm not doing anything, I didn't get into Forbes. It's like, that don't mean nothing. Like it doesn't always mean what you think it means.
Word. So what I got out of this, I gotta empty my bank account. Have $0, and maybe one day I'll get into Forbes. Word.
There you go. Question life a little bit, and then
yeah. Word. That's dope. All right, so the sky's the limit for you, and or anime is the limit for you.
There we go.
Yeah,
I need to catch up on some anime.
Yeah, I actually haven't watched any in a long time. Can you recommend me some?
Oh, let's see.
Besides Dragon Ball Z, the usual one.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
Dragon Ball Z is cool, but let's play
see.
that.
So like, I mean, for starters, like they're like you have like your base anime to where it's like to be a part of the community and have fun and talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
You have to watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, definitely Hunter x Hunter. My Hero Academia. So like those are like the three like to start you off. One Piece, One Punch Man is hilarious, so you should watch that. And then like when you want to dig a little bit deeper, you have like you can go so many different ways. My all-time favorite anime is Erased. It's only
Erased?
Yeah,
Never
it's only
heard of that.
Yeah, it's only like 12 episodes. It's more of like a mystery, travel in time type of anime. I love the anime opening. So yeah, like. But yeah, that's definitely my favorite. So I would start with those three that I listed, and then just work from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like one final question before we cut this off. For the people that don't watch anime at home, they're watching this. They're probably like, "You guys are a bunch of nerds. What the fuck you talking about?"
I mean, hopefully we convert you.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
come over to the dark side.
And that's gonna lead into my question actually. So like, what advice would you give them so they can like actually give it a chance? Because I mean, like I can see like. I've walked by, like, it took me, like, at least 10 tries from seeing people watching Naruto before me actually giving it a chance.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, you guys are tripping. You know? So, like, what advice would you give somebody to even give it a chance? Like, how open-minded do you have to be in order to even, like...
Yeah, I mean... So my advice would be, one, I would start with My Hero Academia. If you have not watched it, it's just a very feel good, especially like it's one of those like, oh, like you kind of like most shonen where it's just like, oh, okay, I kind of doubt my abilities or like I'm somehow lacking compared to other people, but I'm aiming to be the very best that there ever was.
Yeah, most animes give like life lessons in it, right?
And it's great. So one, start with something. Start with a shonen, I feel like, but then also watch it with friends. Like I know the best time that I have, even if it's friends that don't watch anime, be like, look, we about to watch this shit tonight. Crack open some beer, watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and like have the time of your life, and just like see what you like about it.
Right.
And then also know that there are online communities. You can go to Quirktastic, or you can find a Facebook group of other people that are people of color. Like Urban Anime Lounge is probably the best Facebook group.
Dope.
To where it's like, look, I just saw this episode, who else watched it? And you just talk about it and just kind of see it as being a part of the community, but also just have fun. It's TV, it's cartoons. Like at the end of the day, it's cartoons.
It's cartoons.
I mean, like people are gonna hate me for saying anime is cartoons, but I mean, like for those who
why are they gonna
watch
hate you that? For saying that.
It's a whole.
We got time.
Oh no, we have that much time. We'll just cut it there.
Word.
Yeah, so yeah, just have fun with it. Like, and if you don't like it, it's cool. Like, no one's gonna judge you for it.
Yeah, no one's forcing you to watch Black Twitter.
Right.
But yeah, well, thank you for coming in.
Yeah,
and,
this was dope.
Enlighten all of us. And,
I went to the Jiggy show.
Yeah, and got jiggy. And I mean, like, I wish you nothing but success.
Thank
you look like you're on your way up, and keep going up. And tell your employees to step their game up too.
No, they're doing a
Lauren,
great
step your game up.
She's doing great. Lauren, you're doing great.
And good luck in LA.
Thank you.
And one day, hopefully, I'll be there too, and like be featured in whatever opportunities you have. If you need a personality, if you need a character,
I'm down with it.
Hey, call me up.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Just a flight away. And can you give out your handles and your social media, Quirktastic, where they can find it, the app, we're gonna put all of there. And I know there's a bunch of people who watch anime, and y'all need to tune in and download the app.
Yeah.
If your friends are judging you for being a nerd, there's a bunch of people that are like you who won't judge you, and leave your friends behind because these people are better than your friends. And
I mean, I'm not gonna be biased, but we're pretty cool. We're pretty cool over here.
See, humble.
We got ramen. Yeah, so if you want to find Quirktastic, you can find us anywhere at Quirktastic. So like quirky, so Quirktastic.
Can you spell? Because I feel like most people that watch this are kind of slow.
So like quirky, so QUIRK. Tastic. TASTIC.
Boom.
Yeah. So you can find us anywhere _CO on Instagram. And then you can find me at Brianda _CO. So BRYANDA _CO.
Thank you, Brianda.
Yeah.
And this has been very. Yeah, I need to step my game up.
Yeah, so we're gonna go watch some anime.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna do all that.
I'm
And
cool.
and then thank you.
Yeah, let's go.
This has been dope. Yeah, this is episode 14, and yeah, see you next time. We got like one more episode left, I think, for this season, and I'm tired of you guys, so we out.
Anime.
Is this thing on?